I'm going to go into the various technologies each of your organizations employs or uses on a regular basis. Mine is pretty obvious. People might think Google is obvious, but I'm sure there's a lot of stuff happening there that we're not even aware of. So Pia, for example, I'm going to start with you, and ladies, do think about this. The technologies employed or in use that help you achieve or do your work. We don't even want to go specifically on gender. Just the technologies that UN Women, that Visa, that Google employ, so that we can understand what the tech landscape is in those organizations. It could be something as simple as we're all on WhatsApp groups, or we make sure that whenever someone joins, they get a computer or a personal computer or whatever it is, a laptop. So I just want to understand from a landscape perspective what technologies are within the organizations. And then we'll talk about some of the recent innovations. So I'll start with you, Pia. Tell me about some of the technologies employed at UN Women.
So it's easy to start with what you just said. So obviously when a new person joins the organization, the person will get a computer. The person will also be engaged in our WhatsApp groups. So we have specific WhatsApp groups for different themes, but also for the whole office. So the communication becomes very smooth. And if someone is not on the top of the emails, it's very easy to read through that WhatsApp message. So it's really quick in the communication between the colleagues. Also, advocacy is one of our key elements of the work in terms of pushing gender equality. Twitter. We use Twitter. We also have a website by the country office that we use, and we also use all kinds of how would I put it, like applications, and we are trying to push for that a bit more, how we can use that in data collection. For instance, when I'm working on the planning, monitoring and evaluation, we look into options of collecting data from the field, from the different counties and communities through those applications. So a few examples there.
Wonderful. Eva, tell me about Visa's use of tech.
So my response will be slightly different because tech is at the heart of what we do. Yeah, so through our core tech, which is VisaNet, the network that processes 67,000 transactions per second. Yeah,
I was one of them. I'm often one of them. I love using my Visa card.
and I'm glad to hear. That warms my heart.
But you guys have amazing offers. Different conversation. Continue.
But feel free to interrupt me. I love to hear these stories every time. So when you look at what Visa does, which is, at the heart of it, connecting merchants to consumers and being at the heart of digital commerce. So think about, over 15,000 financial institutions, over 4 billion cardholders, consumers, over 60 million merchants, governments, and everyone that's a participant on digital commerce. Tech is really the heart of it. But when you shift your thinking and look at what does that do for our economies, and let me just articulate our purpose: uplifting everyone everywhere by being the best way to pay and be paid. And being the best way to pay and be paid is providing a secure system that's always available. Providing a system that is globally acceptable. So I leave the country today, I'm off in Somalia, I can make a payment, without having to worry about what Somalia's currency, which is a shilling, by the way.
The shilling?
Yes.
The Kenya shilling?
Somalia shilling.
Oh, okay.
But dollar is the prevalent, currency of transaction. That bringing down that barrier, that small business in Somalia being able to sell to cross-border traveler, that is big, and that's really our pride. And then the other part is security and what we've done around that, because digital payments are all about trust. You think about the time when you got your first card and what went through your mind. I can literally walk around with this without having to worry about not having cash, and not having to worry that the person that's going to get this card, the merchant that is not going to abuse my card. We have done a lot in terms of building systems that have built that security. From the one-time password, that you get when you're transacting online. Because e-commerce transactions are also, part of what the future of trade is going to be. To that small business that is poorly lit, but still has a point of sale machine that you can trust to give your card. From transitioning from magnetic stripe cards to chip and pin, and now contactless. So tech is at the heart of what we do. And what we've done over that period is making sure that we're adopting technology that is bringing down the cost of tech. Started off, with big point-of-sale machines that were prohibitive to small retailers. Yeah, to getting to QR, or tap to phone, where all the merchant needs is, a smartphone where the technology to accept digital payments sits. So it's been that evolution to securing, e-commerce payments, to, adopting biometrics when it comes to, authorizing or validating or authenticating consumers. So tech is at the heart of what we do. And we always say, and this is something that I had the governor of the central bank once say at a forum, poor people don't need poor solutions. Mm-hmm. So when you build tech, when you adopt tech, adopt it for everyone. Yeah, and protect them.
I love that. I love what you said, Eva. One thing I don't understand is that Visa is so large with regards to your reach, yet your team is so small. So let me try to understand how you manage to execute all of that with such a lean team. Of course, I have insider information. Yeah. Yeah, I know Shika's going to be Googling this in a second. But the fact is, you have such a lean team, and yet your resources and your products are so extensive, right? How are you able to manage that? I'm asking you this as a country manager.
Yeah. I think it starts from our partners. So we've built such great partnerships in the market and in every market that we operate. So when you think about the banks that distribute our products, when you think about fintechs that distribute our products, when you think about telcos that distribute our products, that is, the starting point of our success. Strong partnerships that, have aligned objectives, all pursuing the same thing, serving a customer and making, digital commerce seamless. That's the first thing. Then second is we have such an amazing team. We have a diverse, and because for us, inclusivity is big. We want to bring in that diversity because that's the diversity that spurs innovation. So we've got a diverse, lean, but diverse and very committed team. Yeah, we have strong company values that drive to the company promise, or our company purpose of being the best way to pay and be paid.
Yes.
Yeah. So everyone subscribing to that vision then makes it all the same easier. And then the merchants who are on our network, consumers like yourselves, that's what makes it easy. Obviously, the team's been growing. Yes. In the last, I'd say 3-4 years, mm-hmm. the team has grown and will continue to grow. But the employment of technology, the deep partnerships in the market, committed merchants, consumers, governments, regulators, will continue to support our growth. So it's collaborative effort, if I can call it that.
Wonderful. Yeah. Shika, when did you join Google Kenya?
So I've been with Google Kenya for over 4.5 years.
Yes.
And I've been loving every single bit of it.
Yes.
When I joined Google, so what did I get? For a tech company, to think I would not get a laptop or connectivity, I think might be a little contrary. But what I want to probably share around what I think is very unique about onboarding to Google is it's not the company that's great, it's the people that are fantastic. And the people come from the culture that the company set out across. Our mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. This is a timeless mission. It's been the mission since the company was founded. We remain committed to it even today. It's a timeless mission. In addition to the amazing people, the culture, and the work that we do, the value system of the people that work at Google is phenomenal. It's mind-boggling. Speaking to different people and just seeing the level of commitment they have, the level of input that they would want to put, and the craze and desperation for impact and result, and not just impact and result, but scalable impact and result.
I'm going to pause
is what
you right
drives
there.
us.
She's right, because I got to know Shika through a gentleman called Charles Marito. I still don't know what his title is. I know he's important, but I have no idea what he does. But what he does do that I know, he's in endless meetings. This guy. So I need to understand. Okay. Endless meetings. He's in meetings sometimes from like 7 to like 8, 9 p.m. I think he works across different time zones. I asked him once, Charles, how much do these guys pay you? Like, ask him how, because he's a great ally, you know, not just for gender equality, for 00 Direct, etc. How much do these guys pay you? How much are you going to pay? Honestly, because you're in the sesame, he said, Olivia, too much. You know, I don't even deserve it, because and I was just like, exactly. You know, I didn't expect him in a private setting to be so positive in his response and to tell me exactly what you're saying, which is that passion and that drive and that belief in the work that you do. Others say, oh my God, it's not enough at all. That's what I was expecting. But the honest answer is what Shika is saying. She's not just reading off a script. It's actually the truth, right? But let's talk about technology now. Let's talk about how, you know, because this is, you cannot touch Google. You cannot cuddle Google, right? So we're going to talk about the technology. We're going to take a quick break, play some Shanice, yeah? And we're going to talk about the actual tech that is involved, that is required to keep such a system running and in reaching so many people. And I love what you talked about with regards to partnerships. It's so important. So when we come back, we're going to talk about the physical tech that we can actually physically touch, yeah? And then where we're going in new technologies like artificial intelligence and virtual reality, and how all of that is helping to bridge gender gaps. SpiceFM.